Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so today we're going to be doing a tier list, the June tier, technically I guess July tier list by the time I'm uploading this. Now do note, I do not have the Liltotto or Masaki. I haven't been able to really use them, so I'm just going to be going off their skills. And also their GQ hasn't dropped at this point, but I have used Yoruichi, the newer character. I've used Aizen, have not used Byakuya, so I'm going off of other people's gameplay and whatnot, so keep that in mind. And we have updated the tier list a little bit. I've been asking for a few months now if I should move some characters down and around and like update the tier list to make it a bit more meta, kind of, I guess, in that way. So as you can see, I bumped a lot of characters down. B is not ordered, by the way. Like, these are not ordered. They are, like, I feel as though it's kind of impossible to order. I've kind of put, like, the farmers towards the back end of A tier mostly, unless that's, like, the best ones. Because mostly, like, farmers are pretty useless at this point in the game. But, like, the best farmers, like, I'll point out, like, Stark and Noitora, wherever he is. He's also really good. Yeah, right there. They're like the best farmers for this attribute. That's why they're higher up, but that's realistically about it. But S and SS are ranked, in my opinion. There's no way I could go through all this and why I put them down there and whatnot. But like, yes, B tier, there's no way I can rank this. These characters are pretty much unusable, to be honest. Like in terms of like the meta, I will say for B tier, I put like the best links in the game right here. So like the Chad, Mugetsu, Chodro, and now those like the best heart links in the game. So I put them there. Same thing for like the other attributes, if I remembered. But besides that, yeah, this is going to be going off of guild quest, limit breaker quest, PVE, that sort of thing, and I guess epic raids. I'm not going to be going off of Senkaman. I really don't think that matters, because like any unit drop nowadays can easily just clear it. So yeah, I'm not going to be bringing that in. But yeah, PVE, PVE tier list. Let's go. So we actually have two new characters today. We have the 1000-year Blood War Mayuri and then the 1000-year Blood War Swimsuit Liltotto. So we're going to be starting off with Mayuri, who I think is a pretty good character. He's going to be the new melee Squad 0 Killer Plus character. He's going to have Paralysis Plus on all of his strong attacks, including the SA3 Trap, which is similar to 1000 Blood War Yatra Unahana's. Very popular character. He has strong attack recharge of 14%. He has bombardment +1, damage to paralyzed enemies of 80%, debilitator +5 seconds, frenzy of 2 or +3 in guild quest, increased status limit chance against soul reapers +10%, killer effect +30 or +50%, melee damage +10 or +30 in GQ, paralysis duration, poise, SP boost, and weakened defense. So he's going to be a very, very good character. Unfortunately, since he has a boss killer and he only has GQ skills, he has like no full stamina damage, doesn't have any berserker. He's gonna be very lackluster outside of guild quest, so I'm gonna rank him pretty highly. I think he's gonna be very, very good, but overall I don't think he's better than some of these characters. My first impression is like right here, somewhere in here is where I would realistically put him. I don't know, because like Tosh and Ichigo are super similar. Like they're like basically neck and neck in terms of like score. So they're like basically the exact same character, but just different killers. And then they can also be used in limit breaker quests, epic raids, that sort of thing. Meanwhile, I mean, Mayuri can be used in epic raids as well, but you're never going to use him in limit breaker or anything. So that's why I feel like I'm going to bump him down. I know that I don't think they score as high as Mayuri, but they do have double killers. They're used in limit breaker quests. They can be used in Linkshot trials easier. So I'm kind of willing to put him here. If you guys want to fight for him up here, like, that's fine. I don't think he's better than Okiura from what I've seen. And even if you don't have this Mayuri, at least you could use like 1000-year Blood War Rukia, because I believe they're the exact same killer. Whereas Oak, like, he's just a much better character than Masaki, so like he's the better option. Like dead, you know, it's just kind of obvious, you know. He is better, which thank God. Hopefully I'll pull him soon. But yeah, this is where I would personally put him. Like, he's good. It's just I don't think he has that oomph to put him above some of these characters, and then he's like only in guild quests, you know. And now we have Liltotto. For these newer characters, they haven't been updating BBS Simulator, and I have to leave literally in like 12 hours. So I'm going to be going into the actual game and just doing it this way, so that way I can go over their skills and whatnot. So hopefully nobody gets too annoyed at that. But let's go over Liltotto. So Liltotto is going to be a farmer. She's going to be a melee hollow killer with the soul trait of mind link slot potions +5 and mind droplet drop of 17%. She's going to have weakening plus on all of her strong attacks, sprinter +1, marauder, havoc at 20%. And then she also is going to have some unique buffs, similar to the Ururu, the power one we're going to be going over in a little bit. Team Party increased heart attribute character strong attack damage of 20%. Now this will not stack with Mugetsu if I'm not mistaken, so that's another hit towards her usability, I must say, because although it's super niche, it only works on heart units. So it's like you would pretty much just bring the Mugetsu link instead of having an entire side character only meant for buffing your soul bomb, essentially. Yeah, also look at that. Why does it have the exact same thing twice? Like, how do they fumble that again? Like, they literally did this with the Ururu and then they reprinted the exact same thing, by the way. That's crazy. But yeah. So more special move damage for heart attribute characters for your team, increased strong attack damage of 50%, devastation of 60%, recharge of 12, all status summon resistance of 100%, which is very nice for a farmer, I must say. Increased super mind link slot potions +5, and then in total 15 mind link slot potions, so it's 10 and then +5 from the link, and then increased mind droplet drop of 47%, frenzy of 2. I'm pretty sure this is just a duplicate. I don't think that's actually supposed to be here twice. And then Team Party increased heart attribute character damage to status element affected enemies of 30%. So people are saying that this could be a better side, but realistically, all that's gonna have, the only difference that this character is gonna bring in terms over like say Tendro or an Akon or something, or like Tendro with the Mugetsu link, is she'll give more soul bomb damage. But she's not a booster. You could just bring Tendro with the Mugetsu link and then 2 good DPS sides to buff or to actually clear the GQ, whereas this character is just going to be kind of a side character. So I don't think she's going to be like an insane character in GQ, similar to how Ururu has basically been getting like no use for like the melee captain week, where we use Senjumaru. Like, just nobody really uses her from what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, maybe if somebody proves some facts, maybe I'm a bit wrong, but from what I've seen, she doesn't. I will say though, very good farmer. Mind droplet drop of 47% and 15 potions plus 5 super link slot potions is very good. Now as to where I would put her, farmers are a bit weird. I feel like I'm just gonna put her probably like above Stark, to be honest. Like, I don't think she has better damage or anything, but like I believe Stark is just 10 super link slot potions and then 5 or 10 regular link slot potions. So it kind of depends on what you want to farm. Do you want to farm more super link slot potions, which is what Stark does, or do you want to farm more potions and droplets, which is what Liltotto is basically meant for, you know? And also, I mean, she's a potion and a droplet link, which I think is very valuable in terms of like epic raids. So like if you get 2 of them, I guess you could use a 5-star one or something, I don't know. But yeah, I guess that's kind of worthless. Never mind, I take that back. But yeah, I'd say she's probably one of the better farmers in the game, so I'm going to put her up towards the top. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the heart attribute. Not too much to go over. I think it looks fine. Yeah. Moving on to the next attribute. We have the technique attribute, where the only character is Khan. Okay. Also, I'm not doing resurrections because I don't think any resurrections are realistically like all that from what I've seen. I will say, I think I bumped Kenny up just because he is pretty good, but he's just like an A tier character. He's going to be a good NAD unit. That's pretty much it. I didn't like, I'm not going to go through a whole section of him. He just got a lot more bruiser, so I buffed him up to A because I think he was in B tier or already in A, but since we moved other characters down, he's like higher up technically. But now we have Khan, who I'm not going to lie is very mediocre. He's a coin farmer. He's a hollow killer, melee hollow killer with coin drop of 30%. Team Party increased movement speed of 20%. Team Party technique attribute character strong attack damage of 20%. Berserker of 60%. coin drop of 70%, crystal and jewel drop of 50%, damage to enemies not afflicted by an ailment of 100%, devastation of 50, frenzy 1, guard break, hit hidden enemies, and recharge. Where would I put him? I mean, I haven't used this character because, like, who would use this character? But I mean, I'd imagine he'd go somewhere up in like the middle of A tier probably. Let's just put him right in front of Soifun, because like she is not really doing too much. At least Khan's like somewhat of a farmer. Byakuya, like he's a booster. Rengiku's like decent. Askin's a decent farmer. Quincy Ichigo is somewhat usable. You know, like these characters are like mains or just really good side NAD units. Like these four are like really good NAD units. But yeah, besides that, like I don't really have much else to say about tech. I was debating on putting Giselle in SS just because of how like good Giselle is. So like Giselle's on like the tip of the iceberg for me. I don't really know where to put Giselle because I know Giselle is very good. I think Giselle was scoring like 54, 55 at 5 out of 5 in this most recent Guild Quest, which is very good. And Giselle is also a pretty good Guild Quest character, or a Limit Breaker Quest character. So you know what? I'll put her there. I'll put her up in SS. I do think it's quite a big gap between Gremmy and Giselle, but they are still very good, and they can be used in literally any game mode, except Giselle can't be used in epic raids. But like, whatever. It's just because Caleb won't let people use Dominate status summons for some reason. But yeah, that's a speed tier list. Not too much to go on after there. It's just Khan. On to the next one, which is Speed, which we have a few characters. We do have a few characters. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have the 1000 Bubble Rengiku. She's going to be a ranged hollow killer with Lacerate Plus on all of her strong attacks, excluding her SA2, which is a barrier. She's a NAD unit. On the display, the icon, it says Team Party strong attack damage of 25% is a soul trait. It is normal attack damage. The site just hasn't updated it yet. So 25% normal attack damage of 25% for your entire team, which is pretty cool as a link. Pretty cool. And then for her skills, she has Soul Reaper Resonance. Normal attack damage at 10%. So for every Soul Reaper on your team, you get extra 10% normal attack damage. Team Party Soul Reaper damage to status ailment affected enemies of 30%. Bruiser of 40%. Flurry +1 or +2 in GQ. She has follow up, which is amazing. Increased status summon chance against hollows of 10%. Killer effect +30 or +50 in GQ. Long reach +20. Multi barrier. Poise. Range damage +10 or +30 in GQ. And sharpshooter. So Rengiku is a very good NAD unit. Now as to where I'd put her, honestly she might be up like top of A, low S. I think I'm just gonna put her top of A because like I don't think she's a needed killer. Like ranged hollow, that is gonna be Gremmy's week. I don't think you need Rengiku to clear, whereas like melee Stern Rider, like he is just insane. Like melee Stern Rider is pretty mediocre, unless you have like Liltotto, I guess. But like, you know, even then it's still like not like the best. And then Askin is just used everywhere. Like he's still really good. If you want to put him down to A, that's fine. Like if you want to put these three in A, I won't even complain. But yeah, as for this, I think this is pretty good in terms of like the SS and S tier. I don't have any complaints with these characters. But yeah, like Rengiku is just a NAD unit, NAD Guild Quest character, so A tier is fine, but she is really good. Going on to the next character is Toshiro. He is the other character from the same banner, but he is also a ranged hollow killer. Strong attack damage of 20%, strong attack recharge time of 12%, with freeze plus on all of his strong attacks, including his EX skill. First character with the EX skill that we ranked so far. Soul Reaper Resonance of strong attack damage of 10%. So for every Soul Reaper on your team, you get an extra 10% strong attack damage. Team Party Speed attribute character strong attack damage of 20%. Berserker of 50%. Bombardment +1. Damage to frozen enemies of 80%. Debilitator +5. Frenzy +2, increased status summon chance against hollows, poise break, outside of brave battles, he has sharpshooter, SP boost to 80%, and weakened defense. Now as to where I would put him, He is a very, very good character. He's very good. I know he can get 50 seconds. I think 1 or 2 out of 5 can get 50 seconds, which is pretty good, pretty good. Now, and he also does not have like any GQ only skills. So, you know, because he has a PVE killer, you can bring him into Limit Breaker quest quite easily. Hollow is a, I guess I don't know if it's that common in guild or in epic raids, but like, you know, he's going to do good in epic raids. Linkshot Trials, he should easily blow through that. It's so easy. I'm really debating in between here. I don't think he's Vassal Lordy level. Like, I know that he can be used in Limit Breaker quest, but like Vassal is just so much stronger. I'm gonna put him above Asnot. But Asnot's like insane in epic raids. He could also be used in Limit Breaker quest. I'm thinking. He's around here. He's somewhere in here. One of these two. Top 3 or 4 for speed. If you want to fight for it, it's fine. I understand. Like, Toshiro is good. I don't think he's worse than Kangdu or Bambietta, though. I think he's around here. These two characters are just on their own god tier. They're absolutely ludicrously broken. But yeah, I don't know, because I don't have these characters, so I can't just tell you exactly how I feel with them. I've only went off gameplay. And I mean, they both look good, but like the debuff on Asnot's kit, paired along with the swimsuit Bambietta, is just kind of disgusting. So, yeah, I'm gonna stick with this. I'm gonna stick with this right here. And yeah, okay. And then we have the new swimsuit Yoruichi. I'm just gonna put her up here, by the way, because she is an S tier character minimum. Just so that I don't have to keep scrolling up and down. So let's go to the Yoruichi and just go over her real quick. I believe I should have my showcase out, 5-5 showcase, which was very fun to do, I must say. She is a Soul Reaper Killer Plus with strong attack recharge of 14%. Also, Gyat. She has Drain Plus on all of her strong attacks, including her EX skill, which is the 50% SP boost, similar to the Ichigo and Kenpachi's EX skill, where they get 100% SP boost. I don't mind her getting just the 50%. It's still a very, very good buff. She is disgustingly insane in Guild Quest. I was seeing people get 56 seconds in Guild Quest at 2 out of 5 with, oh, what were the sides? It was Akon and Masaki. Akon and Masaki, the new one. The new Masaki, I didn't realize this at the time, but her buff actually stacks better than Tenjiro's, which is insane. So that's really, really cool to hear. So that at least Masaki does have a little bit more value now, so that's really nice. But yeah, 56 seconds at 2 out of 5 is wild. That is, I think, top 3 to top 5 best clears. I don't think it's top 3. I think it's top 5. But that's at 2 out of 5, which is absurd. Her innate skills is Sprinter +1, having a 20% full stamina damage boost, which saves it, so that way she doesn't need Devastation. Berserker. She has 70% of Devastation. Her soul trait, Paralysis resistance of 100%. Frenzy 2 outside of GQ. Frenzy 3 in GQ. Debilitator. For 2 seconds, increased status summon chance against Soul Reapers, increased range damage outside of GQ, increased range damage in GQ, damage to drain enemies of 40%. She has Poise Break, so she can knock down the big poised enemies. Sharpshooter, increased killer effect of 30% outside of GQ. In GQ is 50%, and then the SP boost of 80%. She is an absolutely insane powerhouse. Her kit as well is pretty good. I really, really like it. It's a plant Suction Vortex attack, SA1, 960 SA2, and then a SA3 at full screen. So she's very, very fun. I absolutely love this character. And I mean, I know she has GQ skills, but I mean, I'm gonna. She scores faster than Yachiru. Like, if it's like just Yachiru. Vassal already has PVE. He's a boss killer. So I mean, realistically, I think it's between this. Top of S. I think it's up here. Because like a 2.556 is insane. That is unheard. That's crazy. Not unheard of. I think Kenpachi can do that. But that's really, really good. And then Limit Breaker Quest, like, she's still going to do very, very good in it. I will say she's not, like, the best because obviously she has GQ skills and she doesn't have insane, like, status elements like Dominate it, for Limit Breaker Quest or Lacerate and Burn, like Ishin, the GOAT of Limit Breaker Quest. But, like, reasonably, I feel as though she's up here with Yachiru, either 1 or 2nd place in S tier. I'm going to put her in number 1 in S tier. I like her more because of her consistency. She is consistently getting 50 seconds for me at 2 out of 5. Whereas Yachiru, if you don't proc one time, basically the entire run is over. Like, she is so inconsistent. Even though she does have that trap SA3 with a higher increased chance, it is just not that fun. And resetting that many amount of times to try to get a better score in Limit Breaker Quest as well would be also very, very aggravating to try to do. So that is my reasoning for why I'm going to put Yoruichi above. If you think Yachiru is better, that is fine. But I think she's a top 5 speed unit in the attribute, and that is more than enough for me to be happy with this Yoruichi coming into the game. Love her. Oh, I just absolutely love the character. So yeah, that is it for that. Speed attribute is done. Time to go to the next attribute, which is power. Who do we have for power? We have the new Ururu, and we have Aizen. Oh, bro, Aizen is so cool. I wish I could have used him in GQ. But we have the new Ururu, which she is a farmer and a pretty decent team party buffer, which is pretty unique. She's a melee Soul Reaper killer, technique Link Slot Potions +5, and technique Droplet Drop +17. So it's the Liltotto link. Okay, I didn't realize they had the same link. I guess that's almost the exact same character, except Liltotto is like an end-of-month version of her. She has Lacerate on all of her strong attacks. She has the Team Party Power Attribute character. Damage to status and when affected enemies of 30%. And then the Team Party Power Attribute character strong attack damage of 50%. Okay, I did not realize it was that much. Okay, that's actually pretty high. Berserker of 40%, and then damage to lacerated enemies of 60%. Devastation of 50%. Frenzy +2. Recharge of 12%. Technique Droplet Drop of 30%, and technique Link Slot Potions +5. So she is just a farmer and then a team power attribute character buffer. Unfortunately, the power attribute character strong attack damage does not stack with Mugetsu. So realistically, as I said before, I know it is more damage, but you would basically just end up using Mugetsu Link on Tenjiro, because then you also get the SA2 boost, and then the status on affected enemy buff is null and void. Tenjiro does it just fine. And then you could just also bring another side, because you need a booster in GQ, which would be Tenjiro, then the Mugetsu Link, then his buffs as the sides, and then you could just have like another DPS. So it's let's just say it's I don't even know. I don't remember the last time I've used him, I can't lie. Soifan's GQ. So you would use Tenjiro, Soifan, and then like Mashiro or something, or just another human damage dealer like the Nat Hallibell or the Driscoll. Double SP characters and then booster with all the enhancements like Tenjiro is what you would use. So I mean, she's still good. She's still good. She's better than I thought she was. I didn't realize she gave that much damage buff, which is pretty cool. So I mean, I would probably put her not S tier, obviously. Maybe up. She's not as good as a farmer, so I'm not going to put her higher up. But I don't know. Maybe up and right next to Mashiro. Up next to Mashiro. I don't think she's better than Mashiro. I mean, no, because Mashiro gives 40%. I don't know. It's iffy. I mean, I guess I'll just put her above. Whatever. It's almost the exact same placement. I will put big ol' Ururu a little bit above, because they're almost like the exact same character. I just realized I put all three of the power buffers right next to each other. Iba, Mashiro, and Ururu. That's kind of funny. And then Shinji, oh my god, he's a buffer too, right there. Perfect. Little happy family right there. But yeah, I mean, she's fine. She's decent. She's a whatever. She's a premium character, so it's fine. Now going into the big dog himself, probably the best power character in the game, to be honest. We're going to be going over 6th anniversary remake Aizen. He is so cool. I love this character to God's green earth. He is a Captain Killer Plus. He has strong attack recharge of 12% and strong attack damage of 20% as his soul traits. He has Drain and Dominate on all of his strong attacks. He does not have Status Element Plus. He also has an EX skill where it's kind of like I think it's a Vortex or just like an attack to like just keep on dropping a lot of hits. I actually can't remember if it's an actual Vortex or not, but it's still a very good move just to drop and try to get your Status Element proc. He has Sprinter plus 2, Havoc at 20%, Sharpshooter, 100% Berserker, which is insane, Devastation of 50%, Recharge, full stamina damage of 20%, all status element resistance of 100%, Frenzy plus 2. People are crying about him not having Frenzy 3. He was still scoring absolutely ludicrously high. I think it was 55 or 56 seconds. At 5 out of 5, correct me if I'm wrong. There's probably he might be able to score higher. I don't know. I just know he's really goddamn good. He has Bombardment plus 1, Debilitator of 7 seconds, increased status element chance against Soul Reapers, 100% damage to dominated enemies, weakened defense, long stride, and SP boost. So yeah, I mean you can use this guy outside of GQ. Definitely, like in Link Slot Trials and Epic Raids, he's going to do very, very well. I will say, though, because he's not going to have that huge killer bonus or anything, using him in, like, Limit Breaker quests is going to be a bit iffy. You kind of need him to be in, like, Slot 3, so that way there's no insanely buffed HP enemy mobs. So that way they're relying on you having killer. But I think he could be used in Limit Breaker quest. Similar to how Senjumaru is unironically used in Limit Breaker quests as well. I've seen people use it whenever there's Soul Reaper mobs. They'll use Senjumaru there, which is kind of funny considering they're both Captain Killers. Now, who do I like more, or who do I think is better? It's so iffy. Like they're pretty similar, but I feel like because Aizen has the higher Berserker, he has all those extra damage. Like he has 100% more damage to status element effect or to dominated enemies. I feel as though that might just push him over the edge, like the extra Berserker and all that. And then also because he has like the exact same like status elements, that also is really nice. So I'm really tempted on putting him number 1 because I don't think it's Soifon. I don't think it's Soifon. It's between Senjumaru or Aizen, so I feel like I'm gonna give it to Aizen. I feel as though he's more usable outside of just GQ. And, you know, yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. I think Aizen is the number 1 power character. I think it's pretty close, though. Like, Senjumaru still scores stupidly high as well. She can be used in Limit Breaker quests if there are Soul Reapers, just like Aizen. So, I mean, whichever one you prefer. But I think Aizen just takes the cake. But, you know, it is what it is. On to the final attribute, the Mind attribute. Let's see who we actually have. So, we have Byakuya and the new 1000 Blower Summer Masaki. Alright, let's go. So Byakuya is another absolutely fantastic character. I wish I got my hands on him, but I got Aizen, so I'm not even going to complain. He is the new Ranged Sternritter Killer Plus character to replace Toshiro. He has strong attack damage of 20% and strong attack recharge time minus 12% as his soul trait. He has Paralysis Plus on all of his strong attacks, including a superior SA2, and his EX skill is kind of just like vortex around him, kind of. It's nothing insane. It's just an extra little attack, basically, to like clear out mobs. It looks really cool, though. His animations are really cool. He has an innate skill of Sprinter plus 2, Havoc of 20%, Sharpshooter, increased strong attack damage of 70%, Devastation of 50, Recharge of 12, all status elements resistance of 100%, full stamina only, increased strong attack damage of 40%, Frenzy plus 3, Bombardment plus 1, Debilitator of 5 seconds, increased status element chance against Quincy's, damage to paralyzed enemies, weakened defense, long stride, and SP boost of 80%. This character is an absolutely insane nuke of a truck. He hits so hard. Like he's easily like SS. I think he is the best mind character in the game. He is just kind of a bit insane, insane in the membrane, as far as I can say. Like he can be used in pretty much any mode. I guess Limit Breaker yet again is a bit iffy, but if there are Quincy's, he can be used there. Like I know people are using him in slot 3 right now, and I'm hearing that they're doing pretty well. Obviously, it's not like the most perfect thing because you want a range character, but I mean, he has paralysis, he has all that, so I mean, he should be fine. You can use him in epic raids easily. He's scoring stupidly high in GQ, like 55, 56 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I mean, he's just really, really good. He can be used pretty much anywhere, which I really, really like. And he's just really cool. So, you know, adding some aura points on top of that. Ooh, aura. Ooh, aura. And now we're going on to Masaki. So I was kind of disappointed that she was a nag character, but it's fine. It's whatever. I'm glad that we got a season of Masaki. It's really cool. I like the design. I like it. Wish it was the actual, like, mom Masaki. I know we didn't get to see much of her, but it's like, we've never seen Masaki in a swimsuit before, so like, why not, you know? But either way, it is what it is. She's a Spotted Killer Plus and a normal attack damage of 35% as her soul trait. As soon as people saw this, they were like, oh, nail in the coffin, she's done for. Because that is Kenpachi's week, where nobody, like, if you have Kenpachi even 1 out of 5, you probably won't need Masaki. But this, realistically, is kind of what saves her. Her team party increased damage to status and when affected enemies of 20% buff. And then... Oh, is that it? I thought there was more. I guess... Okay, I swear I thought it was more, but I guess maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. But... yeah, I guess it's just that, and then on top of the Mugetsu link, and then the SA2 boost. I don't know why I thought it would be 40%, so my bad if I said that earlier. But yeah, people are saying that she's like the best side for some of the newer characters, which is kind of crazy. I don't really know why this stacks differently than the other ones, but I mean, that's kind of cool. I don't think it's like an insane boost to her, to be honest, but it is what it is. But she has last rate plus on all of her strong attacks, including her SA2. Excluding her SA2. Her SA2 has no status summons. Everything else has last rate plus. She has Sprinter +1, dodge or wrong card damage of 50%. Marauder, increased normal attack damage of 115% in total. Crazy. Weaken resistance of 100%, flurry 1 or +2 in GQ, long reach of 20%, increased status summon chance against wrong cards, increased melee damage of 10%, and then increased melee damage in GQ of 30%. Team party, increased damage to status and when affected enemies of 20%. I guess it's because you can stack with this with Akon, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, the best team for the Yoruichi that was 56 seconds at 2 out of 5 did have Akon and Masaki as a side. So that's why, I assume. So that way you can stack all those buffs and then you can also get this on top of it. So that is probably why I assume that she's getting some use now. Okay, so that's why. That makes sense. I see now, I see. And then she has Enhancer, Poise, Booster, Increased Killer Effect of 30 or +50 in GQ. So, I mean, yeah, she's like a pretty good side NAD unit. Unfortunately, though, like in her actual GQ, she's just probably not going to be needed, to be honest. Like, I guess she would be a good booster. I guess you could use Akon and then this Masaki for her GQ. So that would actually be pretty good. That would actually be pretty good. If you can stack with Akon, then that'd be perfect for Kenpachi. Now, where would I put her? I'm thinking high A or low S. Somewhere around here. I don't know if she has enough value to be up to where Tendro is. Maybe my decision will change. Let me know if you guys agree. But I think I'm gonna put her on high A because you know, like low S. Like I think Tendro is just better overall. But you know, maybe it'll come around and I'll be wrong. You know. But yeah, I think that is pretty much the tier list. Sorry. This one is still stupidly long. It's still 30 minutes long. It was supposed to be a fast video, and it still almost ended up being an hour. I'm sorry. But yeah, that is my tier list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below what you guys would think. Obviously, you know, small changes here and there. You know, let me know. Maybe it's a big change. Maybe you think Halle Bell's SS. I don't know. But yeah, let me one more recap for the top of the tier list for you guys. Yeah. So that's going to do it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys have an absolutely amazing day. Take care, and hope you guys have a good day.